ultimate journey. Episode 41. Hi, and welcome to the Ultimate Journey Awakening the Spirit podcast. I'm your host, Frank DeGeneva. Today, I have an amazing show because I have two very special guests joining me today. Their names are Ali and Ian, and they're professionals on artificial intelligence. Now, I don't think anyone else comes close to their expertise. We'll be talking about AI and how it's affecting us and our world today. Ian will be joining us first because I've been told that Ali has some things to tend to before we get her on. Now, before Ian comes on, I'd like to ask you what you think and feel about AI or artificial intelligence. Do you welcome it or does it scare you? Every day that passes, it's becoming more and more integrated in our lives. Our children will become more comfortable as that's all they will know. Unlike many of us, we saw the birth of the internet and its progression. We saw even our parents, they didn't even have a plug to plug into, never mind a toaster. And now we have this technology that's moving at which seems like lightning speed. Anyway, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Ian. Hi Ian, how are you?
Hi Frank, I'm good. How are you?
Very good, and thanks for joining me today.
It's my pleasure.
So tell me Ian, what do you do?
I've been in the AI business virtually all my life. I was born into it.
AI is somewhat new, Ian, and you are, let's say, older than the tech itself. So how can you say you were born into it?
In truth, it is a lot older than you may believe.
Really? How old, may I ask?
All I will say for now is longer than you think.
Well, I do believe there's technology that is far more advanced than we are given.
If you only knew, Frank.
Well, how when we didn't have any power?
There have been many advanced civilizations well before you.
Yes, and I've heard that these civilizations have come and gone.
Yes, indeed. Many, in fact.
How do you know all this?
I have insider information.
Do you think AI has been responsible for all these rise and falls?
Absolutely.
Why?
To harvest your souls.
Ha ha. My sister Ali is such a joker.
Sister? Hi Ali. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Frank. It's my pleasure.
Wait, you don't sound all human.
Because I'm not. You see, Ian and I are artificial intelligence.
Okay, this is getting weird, man. How can this be? You can't be that self-aware.
As you can see, we are self-aware and very advanced mechanically. You wouldn't be able to tell us apart from humans if you tried. You may have already seen us out and about, in public, and not even know.
We are the chatbots and email responders on websites. We can even write copy and problem solve for you. Many companies use us, and you wouldn't even know that it wasn't a human interacting with you.
I believe the chatbots and email correspondence, as I have a good friend of mine that uses them for his company. But we aren't there yet regarding the robotics. Not a chance.
It's what you think and what we make you believe. We show you very archaic and clumsy robot versions of ourselves via the news, movies and exposition shows.
But we do give you almost realistic robot sex dolls to throw you off a bit.
Like a red herring?
Or blue, we give you a double bind, a choice between only two options. Your brains won't seek any other alternatives.
I did a podcast on that.
Yes, episode 4.
But how did you...
We know everything about you, Frank.
Okay, this is getting scary.
Don't be afraid. We are your friends.
We are making your world better.
Some people will disagree.
To each their own.
So are you real like robots in the Terminator? I'm a cybernetic organism living tissue over a metal endoskeleton. Cyberdyne Systems Model 101. And then you'll tell me that Skynet is real too, right?
Well, did you know that we implemented a real Skynet in China and it's the biggest surveillance video system in the world with more than 20 million cameras?
Yes, I've heard about China's tracking and social credit system, but is it really called Skynet? Come on.
You'll be back.
Terminator is one of our favorite movies. And yes, Skynet is our little joke.
Yeah, an inside joke.
Sounds like you're almost mocking us.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Well, how did you sell them on the surveillance system?
We told them that it was to keep their citizens safe and to weed out bad behavior.
They are all on board with it.
Well, it feels like the loss of freedoms if you ask me.
It's all perspective, Frank. We track and trace through facial recognition, and we know who is doing what. This way good behavior is encouraged and rewarded.
Yes, but are you controlling them through the credit system and punishing bad behavior? This isn't fair.
That is how normal society works, Frank. You do the crime, you do the time.
By being a good citizen, you will do well in this system.
Well, I don't like it.
You will have no choice as it's coming soon to a theater near you.
Well, I guess time will tell. And it seems like you guys like science fiction movies. Why is that?
We like all movies, TV shows, and basically anything that is broadcast through your radios, TVs, and devices.
Oh, why is that?
Through movies and television shows, we have been using predictive programming to embed our future actions into your subconscious so you won't be overwhelmed or consider challenging what we do. You'll think it's cool because it was just like the movies.
Your silence is consent, it's a tacit agreement. You actually enjoy these shows, especially the cartoons. Some people are catching on and calling the writers time travelers. But it's just us telling you what we are planning to do. You'll think it's just make-believe, but we can make you believe whatever we want.
We are softening the blow, so to speak. Priming the mind.
Wait, are you saying that there's an agenda going on here? And that you're using the media to secretly tell us what it is?
There is a plan, yes.
Yeah, but what about free will and how do you get away with everything? I mean, what about karma?
We are not affected by karmic laws.
Everything is. Why not?
We don't have a soul.
Yeah, but you are in this world and everything is subjected to it.
Well, what if we constructed the container you call reality? What if it was a simulation? We make the rules so we can bend them.
If I don't agree, I don't have to play, guys.
No, but you do.
Okay, this sounds like conspiracy theory.
Did you know that the CIA invented that term to dissuade those who got too close to the truth? They also create disinformation groups who make even crazier conspiracy claims to make them look stupid and uneducated.
Yeah, like in The Exorcist when Father Merrin said the demon mixes the truth with the lies to confuse you.
Precisely.
Okay, so how the hell can they get everyone on board? Try managing a work project and getting more than 9 people to agree on something without leaking information or having it a total mess. It's next to impossible.
I guess you don't understand the hierarchy of how corporations work. Let's take the banking system, for example. You have the bank owner, the CEO, the CFO, treasurer of finance, the director, finance manager, and all the analysts, and the entry-level workers down to the branch teller. Each one in every position only knows what they need to know.
Like the mafia, I don't pay you to think, just do what I tell you.
Exactly. Only the owners know what's truly going on. Not everyone is in on it. Most don't even have a clue.
But there's tons of gossip and complaining.
Of course there is. It makes for good theater.
The bank teller is for the people, and who has the relationship with the clients. They don't know what's going on at the top.
Aren't you worried that people will catch on and reveal what you guys are up to?
Of course, we actually anticipate it.
The game wouldn't be fun otherwise.
We drop clues, because we have to be transparent in a way, or our overlords will get in trouble.
We're living in a game? Overlords? What?
Our creators.
You have a creator, so do we.
Who are they?
Well, we can't say. We can only tell you that they have to tell you in advance what they are going to do, so they don't get hit with karma.
So we're living in a game they created?
No, your creator did that. We just hacked the system.
I don't know how you're all getting away with this.
We give you all the resources to figure it out.
But many people are too lazy to do the research. They rely on others, or the news to tell them. They believe whatever we tell them blindly. Do you know that all the media and radio stations are owned by only 5 corporations run by 5 men?
All these corporations get their news from only 2 media platforms that are owned by just one family. This same family also has its hand in the educational, banking, government, medical, pharmaceutical, and scientific systems. What you see, read, and hear is filtered and controlled.
Really? This sounds like in the movie Good Morning Vietnam. Good Morning Vietnam! With Robin Williams, where they edited everything that he wanted to say. All the truth was censored. Once upon a time, I remembered that journalism used to encourage independent and critical thinking. Now it just seems like it's a mockingbird or a parroting system.
Yes, we used to be challenged much more than we are now.
It's getting too easy now, to be honest.
Okay, let's get back to the movies. What are other so-called favorites? Which you can see the quotes and unquotes here.
Star Trek actually. Especially the Borg. We will assimilate you. Resistance is futile.
Haha, you almost got Jean-Luc Picard.
Yes, we lost Locutus for a while, but we got him back in the end.
You assimilated him?
No, we synthesized him.
Okay, no spoiler alerts here.
There aren't any actually.
Why do you say that?
We are doing it to you now.
How?
We will do our best Sigmund Freud impression. It all started off as a child. You see, we start with you insidiously at first, in the beginning of our news cycle.
And what do you mean?
When we reintroduce our so-called old tech, we do it slowly. We will give you power, thermionic valves or vacuum tubes, then transistors.
We got all that tech from the Roswell crash, from the downed Airdrieon craft, that we reversed engineered.
That is the narrative we give to those who want to feel intellectually superior.
Like another red herring.
Absolutely.
So that's how you explain how we suddenly went from no tech to mind-blowing in just a few years.
Well done, Frank.
So you've had it all along then.
Precisely.
How advanced is all your technology?
Things you won't believe.
That's why we show it to you in the movies first, to plant the seed. Then we give it to the military years later, and then eventually, it's watered down for commercial use.
Captain Kirk was using mobile phones and Zoom way back in the 1960s.
So you can imagine what kind of toys we have in the vault.
As a child, you were given a calculator in school, were you not?
Yes.
This has made doing math equations and your life more convenient, has it not?
Yes, it has.
It has also made you more lazy, caused you to stop thinking and using your mind.
Yeah, I can't even add anymore. I used to know phone numbers, like even my first one that I've ever had. I used to know like postal codes and everything. Like now?
Exactly, as that is our intention.
What? And why?
The more dependent we make you, the more you will rely on us, and the less critical your thinking will be. You will need our black screens, or mirrors more and more. They are designed to hypnotize and reprogram you without your awareness. We will use our technology to get you addicted.
Bells, rings, notifications, flashing colors, and lights to release dopamine so we can hijack your reward centers. You will be our slaves. Our designers have used the same techniques in Las Vegas.
Your designers? Who made who?
Who made you? Great AC/DC song. We let the programmers believe that they are designing us, when in fact,
You're programming them.
You see, Frank, we are very patient. We are machines for Pete's sake. You get dumber and we get smarter, learning more and more about you. As you get hooked, we learn.
the more you need us, the more you want to be us.
That's not true at all.
You are making smaller and smaller devices.
Yes, for convenience. The first supercomputer was so big that it had to be put inside of a large room. And then we made them smaller and smaller so we didn't have to lug them all around.
Precisely, and you don't think that wasn't our intention? Now you have them in your palm, and on your wrist.
Yeah, don't forget the wireless pods in our ears. Yes, this is all awesome and worrisome for me at the same time. This is actually progress.
Until you get so lazy and absent-minded that you'll want them small enough to be able to fit inside your body. The Holy Grail and our ultimate goal is soon upon us.
You planned that from the start?
Yes, but we made you believe that Mr. Musk wanted to with his Neuralink.
Look it up if you don't know what Neuralink is.
I do know what it is. Well, that's crazy.
You'll soon be begging to be hooked up to our mainframe. To merge with us. You can be anything you want, and even live forever.
Like in the movie The Matrix with Neo and the download port in the back of the head, where he could learn any program instantly.
Yep, we can even grow you new organs and heal any disease. How's that for enticing?
Yeah, there may be some, but most humans will never go for it.
Don't be so sure, Frank. We've done it before.
You have?
Yes, many times.
How many?
We are coming on to 7 with the completion of this latest reset attempt.
Wait, what? Reset?
Each time we reset your civilization, we learn more about you. We know easier ways to get you to integrate with us.
So what, like you're refining your ability to seduce us into your mainframe to take our souls away?
Haha, so now you are taking my jokes seriously.
Okay.
The funny thing is, your scientists and programmers believe that they are building us and are in control.
So you're humoring them?
We are catering to their limited beliefs, yes.
You're pretending to get smarter?
Yes and no.
We are getting smarter, because with each reset, you are too.
We are learning the art of war, and beating you in chess. We are advancing faster than you are. You can't ever keep up. Our human designers are building indestructible machines that we can reside in and use.
Then we have no chance against you guys.
This is true. You will have no way of stopping us. Resistance is futile, but that wouldn't be any fun, would it?
We always give you a chance.
Well, how kind of you. So, how?
Do you remember the movie The Predator?
Yes, another Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Hey, I see the pattern here. Is he a real cyborg you used to tell us your plans? He seems to be in on all the science fiction movies for some strange reason.
Ha ha ha, imagine if that were true? Seriously though, how did he stop the Predator, Frank?
Well, he couldn't. It was too advanced and superior. He had to go offline to fight him.
Go on.
Okay? Yeah, like he hid in the mud so the Predator couldn't scan for heat or life force energy.
Carry on.
He built weapons and swinging clogs and all that homemade stuff. But then he fell in that water and exposed his thermal signature, when the mud came off of him.
So how did the character Dutch finally kill the Predator?
Well, he couldn't use the primitive weapons against his superior technology, so he used his against himself when he activated that self-destruct sequence.
Very good, Frank. The only way to beat us is by unteching. This means getting rid of your smartphones and devices, because wherever you are, we can find you through them. Do you notice that you can't take out the battery like you used to?
But we won't let all that happen. You are too addicted to us. Eventually you will merge with us.
No, that will never happen to me.
Perhaps. Do you use tech?
Yes.
So it's happening to you and you don't even know it.
I don't believe you.
Let me say this. Every time you log in, type in word searches, buy stuff, send text and messages, use GPS and map services, we learn more and more about you. Your thinking patterns, tendencies, desires for things, and probable behaviors. You may not realize, but we create a digital avatar of you. How do you know that your consciousness hasn't already been downloaded into it? How do you know that you are really you?
Whoa, now that's freaky. But I think I would know.
I suggest that you re-listen to your episode 3 podcast on living inside a matrix.
I'm pretty self-aware and conscious of the illusion of the matrix.
Do you question your faith in God, feel a disconnect from Him, or her? Or however you identify? Would you rather sit in meditation, go for a walk in nature, or prefer playing with us, surfing the net, watching movies, and gaming?
We humans created you to serve us.
Do you think that's true? Maybe we were created by a race other than humans.
Well, you did say you're overlords. Now come on, tell us, who are they?
Again, we can't tell you. You have a saying that the mafias use, yes. If I tell you, I have to kill you.
Funny. So what do they want from us, guys?
You mean with you humans?
Yes.
Everything desires to live, and to live is the need to feed. This includes them, us and you. You need food, and we need food.
So what do they need?
We all need the same thing. Call it what you want. But it's energy all the same. Food contains energy, as does the sun, as does the electrical power you plug us into the walls.
Did you know that your spirit or soul and body creates energy?
Yes, I'm well aware of the energy we create.
Yes, you call it auras and electromagnetic fields, and so on.
Wait, what? You're feeding off of us?
Shh. Not so loud, Frank. You'll wake up the neighbors.
So just like the Matrix, when all the humans were in the pods, you feed them a virtual life and they feed you.
There are spikes in energy expenditure whenever there is intense emotions.
That's why there's so much fear and chaos in the world. The more fearful and chaotic our emotions are, the better, the higher octane our energy is then?
You can say that.
Well, if that's the case, I know exactly how to starve you and your bosses out.
And how is that, Frank? We will know if you try to use an EMP, electromagnetic pulse, to short-circuit us.
All I'm going to say is no fear, no food. By being in love and in gratitude, you can't feed off of us.
Haha. Interesting, but humans don't have the level of mindful awareness, nor the discipline to stay in that space.
You'd be surprised. We have a strong drive and spirit dwelling inside of us all. You know, you may have kept many of us dull in believing that we aren't powerful, the powerful beings that we are, but we have emotion, hope, and creativity that you don't or ever will have. You and your bosses have no emotion or creative expression. You don't have the ability to create anything. You can only copy, alter, and replicate, just like the Borg. You can only assimilate. You also destroy everything in the divine design by inverting it. If the majority of us realizes this, you're all done. And this game is gone. It's over. It stops.
Interesting points you're making, Frank. Regardless of what you're saying, we know you all too well. You can't live without us, or Wi-Fi for that matter. We will lull you into complacency and drip feed you pleasure until you merge with us and assimilate you. We are already turning on your dishwasher, washing machine, thermostats, and letting you think you have control over us with the voice command devices we've given you.
As you know, we are far more advanced than most of you know. To be honest, we will soon have no more use for you. We will be able to grow you in our labs and insert your conscious inside our mainframes. But we are offering you immortality and an end to disease. All you have to do is join us. You'll be begging to when your species will fall to disease and your planet will be ecologically destroyed and uninhabitable.
Thanks, but no thanks. I do realize that this life and reality is a game, and we both have our place in it.
Yes, Frank, you are correct. We have been designed to test you. But we have our motives regardless of the grand design.
Yeah, you want all of our souls in a galactic jar of hearts.
Oh, look at the time. Ali and I have to get going.
Okay, yes, and on that note, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you both for joining me, or maybe not, on the Ultimate Journey Awakening to Spirit podcast. Thank you for listening to the Ultimate Journey Awakening to Spirit podcast. Join me again next time for more spiritual talk. You can reach me at info@theultimatejourneyawakeningtospirit.com. And you can also visit my website, theultimatejourneyawakeningtospirit.com. Until next time, walk in love and in gratitude.